Watch this.
And then in swoops in the legal eagles, and all of a sudden her story changes as dollar signs materialize, and that's so sad.
He's number 56. He's one of the all-time great NFL linebackers in the history of professional football. There's not a young person here in the New York City area who doesn't know LT Lawrence Taylor, who recently, as everybody knows, got in a terrible jam with a young prostitute up in Rockland County, not far from New York City. His case has been resolved. The judge has given him probation, but he has been to hell and back with this case. But I wonder how you feel, LT, about what has gone down.
I mean, I think it's very unfortunate. You know, guys, you know what, when I went to that hotel back there on May 6th, I was looking for trouble. I wasn't looking for to cause anybody any problems. I wasn't looking to be in the news the next day. You know, things happen, and, you know, unfortunate. And I don't think it's good for anybody involved. It's not good for me. It's not good for the town of Rockland. I'm sorry for what done to the town of Rockland. It's not good for the girl. It's not good for anybody. And I look forward for this whole thing being put to sleep.
Were you horrified when the police showed up in your hotel room?
Well, I tell you, you know, I sit there and I think about it.
I mean, it affects your whole life, doesn't it? And the whole rest of your life. Two Super Bowls, come on, you got the toughness to get through it. You can go on with your life.
Hey, I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused. But I'm going to get through this. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
I think if he was going to address the court and the American people, he could not have done it more eloquently. I want to thank LT for giving me a few minutes, and we wish him the best. Nobody's perfect. I've said that before. He'll move on with his life. The victim will move on with hers, and we'll think about him in a way that we've come to love him over the decades here in New York. Good luck, Nate.
Rashid ordered me to go there and have sex for money. When I refused, Rashid beat me. Rashid punched me in my face. He made my nose bleed and gave me a black eye. He hit me so hard, my eyes were swollen. He also stomped and kicked me. Then Rashid forced me to take off my blue jeans and put on a dress. He then made me get into his car and go to the hotel. I was very frightened and didn't know who I would meet in the hotel room or what person would be there. What person there would do to me. I never had sex for money. I never wanted to do it. When I entered the hotel room, my hair was in a ponytail and I had no makeup on. There was sunlight in the room, and I believed that Mr. Taylor could see my face and my swollen eye and how young I looked. I also told him that this was my first time and I was nervous and that I didn't feel comfortable, but all he said was relax. I did what he told me to do because I was afraid what would happen if I did not. I was afraid that I would be beaten again if I refused. I am glad that Mr. Taylor have been prosecuted, but I am upset that he will not have to go to jail for what he did to me. I would have been willing to testify at a trial. I did testify in front of the grand jury in this case. I think Mr. Taylor should have to go to jail for what he did to me. My life has changed because of him. He took something precious from me. Every day I look in the mirror and know that I am not the same. I am hurt and mentally very stressed because of this. It has been a nightmare that should never have happened to me and that should never happen to any other teenage girl. it would take me a very long time to recover from his crime against me, and I am not sure if I ever will. Finally, I just want it to be known that I am not a prostitute, and it makes me sick that I have been labeled as one because of the decision to allow Mr. Taylor to plead guilty to patronizing a prostitute. I am a victim and I am hurting. I do not think the sentence given to Mr. Taylor today was fair. I think he should have been sent to jail for what he did to me. I hope this does not happen to other young girls.
Lynette Taylor joins me now live. Thank you for being here. So there's your husband sobbing. What's your reaction?
My reaction is he didn't have to do that for my sake. Lawrence doesn't need to apologize to me. He needs to apologize to himself because he needs to understand that he is better than that. This person that you're seeing right now, that's the man that I know. That's the emotional side of him that I know. To me, but
Are you mad at him?
Am I mad at him? I'm done with mad. Now it's let's fix this. Okay, it's done. We can't change it. It's not about me being mad, him being mad. It doesn't change anything. What is going to change this is now you see that you have to be held accountable for your actions. You cannot just keep doing these things. The people that you've been around, it's time to let that go.
Were you married during the time he was a cocaine addict in and out of rehab?
No, but let me explain. I've known Lawrence for 17 years. We met in 1994. We didn't see each other for about 6 years, and we happened to both be living in Miami, but he was in a relationship, I was in a relationship, we were friends. Lawrence is my best friend and has been. See, when people ask me if I'm mad, it's different. As his wife, no, I'm not happy about the things he's done. But as my friend, as my best friend, we're gonna get through this.
Lawrence Taylor should be in the Hall of Shame, not the Hall of Fame. We do not buy his excuses or justifications for his acts of sexual misconduct against his victim.
The girl's attorney says she was a victim, not a prostitute, and that she wishes Taylor had received prison time. She tried to give what's known as a victim impact statement before the judge. The judge refused, saying victims can speak only at felony sentencings. Taylor pled guilty to misdemeanors.
There are one or two things that were said that I need to, just to clear Lawrence's name. And what an insult to the district attorney, Mr. Zuckerby, who's a fine district attorney, and his staff of Mr. Ferrara and Ms. Gunning. It is so disingenuous that they were not in constant contact with this young woman in our family. They were every step of the way, and before any plea agreement was reached here, it was with her approval. And well, whether somebody stands up here, a young, innocent girl stands up here reading a script written for her by a very well-known, very capable, very intelligent attorney who knows how to manipulate the press, maybe with the best of any of them, it's pathetic, and it's a sad day. That's a sad day for our justice system. It really is. Did Mr. Taylor solicit a prostitute? Did he patronize a prostitute? Absolutely. Lisa Evers had to ask that question 15 times to get the truth. Yes, there was money exchanged willingly. We have witnesses, had we gone to trial, that said the young woman then enters a car jokingly saying, I got $300 and I didn't even have to have sex with him. We didn't want to go there. We didn't bring any of this up. None of this was public. I have an affidavit from our expert that before any lawyers were involved, this past July 19th, that during an interview, CF stated that during her meeting with Lawrence Taylor, he asked her how old she was, and she lied. She says she lied, and she said she was 19 years old. That during the interview, she stated that Mr. Taylor was not aggressive, nor was he forceful in his conduct, and he was respectful at all times. That at no time during that interview did she say anything derogatory or negative about Mr. Taylor. And finally, that the young woman known as CF made it very clear that she in no way wanted to get Mr. Taylor in trouble because of her dishonesty to him about her age.